One night, the school security guard meets a woman during his patrol. She talks to him in a flirty way, and he gives in to her charm. At the same time, Feng is walking home and sees them together. He decides to keep walking without interfering. But soon after, he hears the guards screaming. Instead of checking, Feng runs away, not wanting to be seen. He does not realize that the scream was not from pleasure but from fear, because the woman turns out to be a monster who kills the guard. That night, Feng dreams about a girl he likes from school named Su Jiyu. In his dream, her appearance changes in a scary way which wakes him up in fear. After class, he tells his friends about the dream and his feelings for Su Jiyu. They laugh and tell him to give up, saying she is out of his league. But Feng does not listen and stays determined. Suddenly, Su Jiyu appears behind him and hears everything. Everyone expects her to be angry, but to their surprise, she calmly asks Feng to walk her to her apartment. While they are walking, Su Jiyu talks about some recent crimes. One of the victims is their school's security guard. She says that these events are why she feels scared to go home alone. Feng tries to calm her by saying that only men have been attacked, so she should not worry. But she replies by saying that maybe she should be the one to protect him instead. Suddenly, her expression changes, which confuses Feng. He starts feeling dizzy and thinks it might be from lack of sleep or the nightmare he had. Su Jiyu then surprises him by saying that she also likes him. Since there are no classes the next day, she invites him on a date. Feng happily agrees. Meanwhile, the woman who killed the security guard is actually a tree monster named Hehyun. She keeps attacking more victims to gather mana, a type of magical energy. The next day, Feng meets Su Jiyu in front of a hotel. He gets excited about what might happen during their date. At the same time, Hehyun is in the same hotel with another victim. Su Jiyu takes Feng shopping, and she tries on many dresses. They all fit her perfectly, so Feng ends up spending a lot of money. After the date, Feng loses most of his savings and quickly starts working to earn more money. While at work, he hears a man crying for help from a nearby room. He knocks on the door, but no one answers. He listens closely, not knowing the man inside is already dead. Suddenly, the door opens, and he comes face to face with Hehyun. She instantly senses the strong power inside Feng and tries to charm him. But someone is coming, so she quickly stops and gives him a calling card before closing the door. Inside, Hehyun feels very pleased, thinking she has finally found the source of power she has been searching for. After work, Feng goes to drink and gets drunk quickly. He falls asleep at the bar. When the owner tries to close the shop, Feng wakes up and calls Su Jiyu to pick him up. But she is taking a bath and misses his call. Desperate, Feng asks the owner to call the number on Hehyun's card. Hehyun picks him up, not expecting her plan to work so easily. Meanwhile, Su Jiyu sees the missed call and tries to call Feng back, but his phone is off. When Feng wakes up, he is shocked to see Hehyun with him. She again tries to seduce him. At the same time, Su Jiyu starts feeling something is wrong and goes out to find him. Hehyun forces Feng to say that he loves her, because she needs those words to take his power. Before she succeeds, Su Jiyu suddenly appears. Hehyun becomes furious and punches Su Jiyu, but Su blocks the hit and kicks her hard. Hehyun tries to attack again, but Su is faster and strikes back. Feng is amazed by Su Jiyu's strength. But things take a turn when Hehyun uses her powers as a tree monster to trap Su Jiyu. Just as Hehyun is about to kill her, Feng jumps in and blocks the attack. This makes Su Jiyu angry, and she finally reveals her true power. She is not a normal human either. She is actually a fox monster, another kind of magical creature who has also been living among humans while hiding her real identity. Su Jiyu uses her powers and launches a powerful attack on Hehyun, causing a huge explosion. This battle shows Feng that both Hehyun and Su Jiyu are not human, and he realizes that his life will never be the same again. Now that his hidden power is exposed and magical beings are after him, Feng must face a dangerous new world where monsters live in disguise and power can be both a gift and a curse. Hehyun quickly hits back with a powerful attack, but Su Jiyu responds with another strong blast. Hehyun struggles to keep up and decides to run away. Later, Feng wakes up and sees Su Jiyu's real appearance for the first time. Now he knows she is also not human. Su Jiyu tries to make a joke by saying she only got close to him so she could eat him. Feng becomes scared and faints again. Meanwhile, Hehyun ends up falling into a city square because of her injuries. As she lies there, she dreams again about the time she gave up her loved ones to gain a human form. A man comes to help her, but instead of accepting his help, she kills him to get energy and heal herself. The next day around noon, the manager of the place where Hehyun had stayed goes to check the room, but he is shocked to find it completely destroyed. At the same time, Feng wakes up and is blamed for all the damage in the room. 2 days later, Feng still has not seen Su Jiyu at school. He is confused and disturbed by everything he saw that night. His friends notice that he is acting differently and think that maybe he and Su Jiyu have ended their relationship. Then, Su Jiyu suddenly appears and sits beside him. She makes a joke, causing his friends to leave them alone. She asks Feng to go have lunch with her. At the restaurant, Su Jiwoo gives Feng a magnifying glass. When he looks through it, he sees her real form again. She tells him to look at the other people in the restaurant using the magnifying glass, and he is shocked to find out that some of them are also monsters in disguise. At the same time, Haehyun goes to a construction site and starts attacking workers again to continue gathering power. While walking, Su Jiwoo explains to Feng that monsters have been living among humans for a long time, so he should not be too shocked. Feng worries that these creatures might harm people. Su Jiwoo tells him that most of the time they don't, because there is a peaceful agreement between humans and monsters. But she also warns him that not every monster respects this deal. Some, like Haehyun, see humans in a very dangerous way and cannot be trusted. So, she advises Feng to stay alert and be careful. A construction worker is about to call his team for work when he suddenly sees something terrifying. Scared, he immediately contacts the police. The police chief speaks with an expert from a special group called Ziba to help solve the growing number of mysterious deaths involving men. Ziba asks for 3 days to find answers. Even though the situation is urgent, the police chief agrees. Ziba visits the construction site and quickly realizes that a tree monster is behind the killings. He can tell just by how the victims were harmed. He then contacts his teammate who has been secretly following someone named Haehyun. The teammate reports that Haehyun is now at Feng's school. Ziba prepares a special bowl of water, adds something to it, and splashes it at the entrance of the school building. Meanwhile, Feng is busy looking for monsters in the school. The other students feel uncomfortable around him because of his strange behavior. Later, Feng sees a group of his friends standing around a tree. When he looks closely using his magnifying glass, he is shocked to discover that the tree is actually Haehyun. As she walks toward him, he tries to run away, but she traps him using her vine-like powers. She warns him that if he doesn't come with her, she will hurt his friends. Scared for their safety, Feng agrees to go with her. As they leave the school, a policewoman sees them and becomes suspicious, but does nothing to stop them. Haehyun takes Feng to the top of a tall building. There, she tells him that once she eats him, she won't have to kill other men anymore because Feng is different from the rest. Feng finally learns that Haehyun is the one behind all the killings in the city. She also shares that she wants revenge on humans because she lost the people she cared about a long time ago. In the past, Haehyun and another tree being like her were known as saplings. They both hoped to become human one day. Haehyun especially had big dreams and wanted to live like a human. One day, they found out that a building would be built in the area where they lived. At first, Haehyun felt happy, thinking it meant they could be closer to humans. But her friend explained that the construction meant all the trees would be cut down. This made them very sad. When the cutting began, the saplings decided to give up their lives so that Haehyun could survive and chase her dream. Haehyun is heartbroken to learn that her friend also chose to sacrifice herself to protect her. Because of this, Haehyun is able to turn into a human. Then, in the present moment, Haehyun suddenly attacks Feng. Luckily, Feng manages to dodge the attack. Haehyun moves closer to him and begins to take off her pants, but Feng quickly stops her. In response, Haehyun wraps the plant vines around him even tighter. As she begins to carry out her plan, Su Jiwoo suddenly senses that Feng is in danger. She tells the teacher that she needs to go to the bathroom, using it as an excuse so she can rush to help Feng. Haehyun doesn't realize that Ziba and other members of the Taoist clan are secretly watching everything from a distance. They stay hidden and carefully observe the situation. Feng feels like he is about to die. But then, a strong energy suddenly bursts out from his body, forcing Haehyun to step back. Feng is shocked by the strange and powerful feeling growing inside him. Haehyun tries to attack him again, but the new power in his body keeps him from getting hurt. She continues to attack many times, but Feng finally gets a chance to fight back. To stop him, Haehyun uses her powers to trap him. When she moves closer to him, Feng manages to destroy the vines with a burst of energy. Both of them then charge at each other at the same time. But suddenly Feng's power disappears, and he becomes weak. At that moment, Su Jiwoo arrives just in time to save him. She reveals her true form, and when Ziba sees it, he begins to understand what might happen next. Su Jiwoo accidentally hits Feng with her power during the fight. Then, when she sees his underwear, she realizes Haehyun is the one who caused it, which makes her furious. She quickly launches several attacks at Haehyun. As Haehyun tries to escape Su Jiwoo's attacks, she also releases her own powerful energy. This power causes a giant tree to grow and wrap around the building where construction is about to begin. As Su Jiwoo is about to go inside the building, Feng stops her because he is worried for her safety. However, Su Jiwoo still enters, determined to face Haehyun. While she searches for her, Haehyun suddenly appears and begins attacking. Su Jiwoo is hit several times and has no choice but to use her own powers to defend herself. The two continue to fight, throwing powerful attacks at each other. Haehyun then speaks and follows it with a strong strike that completely destroys the building. Ziba and his group witness everything from a distance. After seeing how things are going, Ziba decides to leave, already knowing who will win. They also notice something important about Feng, which was their main goal. Feng begins looking for Su Jiur in the wreckage. When he sees a hand, he thinks it belongs to her, but it is actually Hehyun, who stands up and tries to attack him again. However, the vines she sends burn up before they can touch him. Su Jiur also appears soon after, and the battle continues. Hehyun goes after Su Jiur with full force, but after a fierce exchange, Su Jiur defeats her even when Hehyun uses her most powerful move. Su Jiur then tells Hehyun to give back all the life energy she has taken and return to her real form. But Hehyun has other plans. Before Su Jiur can stop her, Hehyun vanishes. After disappearing, Hehyun returns to her original tree form. Many small tree spirits, or saplings, gather around her and guide her to a mysterious door. When she opens it, she sees a forest full of trees. Then, the door and the saplings vanish. Feeling overwhelmed, she begins to cry. Suddenly, her lost friend appears and gently hugs her from behind. One day, Feng visits the parcel center to check if there is any delivery for him. He is also asked to collect a package for his friend. To his surprise, the package meant for his friend turns out to be a large doll. Since the package is already opened for checking, many students stare at him while he carries everything back to the dorm. Unaware that someone is secretly waiting for him, Feng bumps into a girl who has planned to meet him on purpose. Her name is Guosuang. As she reaches out to help him, she accidentally says his name in a way that sounds flirtatious. This reminds Feng of how Hehyun once acted, so he becomes scared and quickly runs away, leaving the packages behind. Guosuang then recalls the mission her teacher Ziba gave her. She was told to quietly watch over Feng and protect him because they believe he might also be able to see monsters. Just as Guosuang is about to pick up the box Feng left behind, Su Jiur arrives and questions her about her intentions. Su Jiur instantly remembers someone who looks like Guosuang, and Guosuang realizes that Su Jiur is the fox spirit. She did not know Su Jiur was also a student at their school. Su Jiur warns her not to do anything suspicious to Feng. Later, when Feng reaches his room, he is surprised to see Guosuang there. She followed the address on the parcel and found out where he lived. She returns the package and suddenly asks him if he can be her boyfriend. Just then, Feng's friend notices that the box is already opened and wrongly blames Feng for messing with the contents. This leads to an argument between them, and Guosuang quietly leaves the room. A few hours later, Feng meets Su Jiur at a restaurant for a meal. He apologizes to her for losing the magnifying glass. Su Jiur tells him that the item was just an ordinary one. Then, she explains that Feng is actually very special. He has a rare gift that lets him see monsters in their real forms. The injury he received from Hehyun had broken the seal on his chest for a short time, which caused his hidden power to come out. Ziba now suspects that Feng might be the one who has the mythic eyes. Because of this, Su Jiur tells Feng that they need to protect him carefully from now on. She warns him that his ability could attract monsters, so he should always stay alert. Feng begins to tell her about the girl he met earlier, but he does not notice that Guosuang is already standing behind him. Feng quickly asks Guosuang why she is at the restaurant. Su Jiur also becomes curious and questions what kind of relationship they have. Annoyed, Su Jiur uses her power, making the water in her glass disappear into steam. Guosuang calmly responds by using her own skill to turn the steam back into water, but Su Jiur blasts it away again. Still, since she doesn't see Guosuang as a real danger to Feng, Su Jiur decides not to interfere further and leaves the place with him. Even as they walk back to the dorm, Guosuang quietly follows them. The next morning, when Feng wakes up, he finds her already waiting for him. Determined to do her mission well, Guosuang sticks close to Feng all day. Wherever he goes, she follows. She even brings him food regularly. While Feng is playing games with his friends, he doesn't realize that she is also playing with them. She turns out to be very skilled and wins easily. Later, one of Feng's friends asks about their math homework. On the way, they run into Guosuang again, still upset about losing to her in the game. Then she hands them their completed assignments. Feng is shocked to see she has done their math work too. At first, his friends are upset with him, but once they learn Guosuang helped with their homework, they instantly warm up to her. Soon after, Guosuang joins their class and is chosen as the class representative. From that day on, she stays close to Feng all the time, which makes many classmates envious of him. One day, a girl from a student squad forces Feng to join her group because she has a crush on him. When she touches him, Guosuang appears and uses a magic talisman to scare them away, making them run off. As Guosuang prepares to leave, Feng finally tells her to stop following him. Even after he pleads with her, she refuses to listen. That night, Guosuang starts to realize that her task is harder than she thought. Her senior, Yan, who is returning from overseas, calls and tells her not to take the mission so seriously, even if their master gave it to her. Still, Guosuang doesn't change her mind. She continues following Feng, not only because of her mission but also because she wants to see for herself if he truly deserves the special treatment he is getting. The next day, while Feng is quietly eating his cup noodles, Guosuang suddenly climbs in through the window and adds a sausage to his food. After that, she begins covering up small holes in the room, thinking they could be dangerous for Feng. At that moment, she tells him that her mission is to keep him safe. When Feng asks who gave her that mission, something strange happens. His body becomes stiff, and he can't move at all. Guosuang had secretly put a special kind of drug in the sausage, a strong one that could even put an elephant to sleep. With this, she decides to finally carry out something she had been planning for a while. Just then, Feng's friends walk into the room. To hide the truth, Guosuang uses another trick on Feng, making his body respond to her commands. He becomes fully under her control, unable to resist anything she says. She takes him to an inn, but the caretaker gets angry when he sees Feng. The last time Feng came there, he had caused damage and hadn't paid for it yet. Because of this, the caretaker refuses to give them a room. But Guosuang throws money on the counter, and the man becomes so scared that he gives them the key without arguing. Inside the room, just when Guosuang is about to go ahead with her plan, her feelings stop her. She starts to feel guilty and begins crying. In her confusion, she suddenly punches Feng in the nose and runs out through the window. A man in another room sees her jumping out. The inn caretaker rushes to check and gets angry again when he notices the broken window. At that moment, another man shows up and says he wants to ask Feng for a favor. The man takes Feng to a fancy restaurant to talk about the favor he wants. When he introduces himself as the manager of the inn, Feng thinks he might ask for money. But instead, the manager says he will erase Feng's debt if he agrees to help. He also promises to pay him, so Feng quickly accepts the offer. The manager then asks Feng to wear a special pair of glasses. As soon as he puts them on, Feng realizes that the manager is also a monster. The manager wants help from Su Jiyuer, the fox spirit, who is actually in the nearby building watching them. At the same time, Ziba visits Su Jiyuer and speaks to her about Feng. He asks if she is not worried about the danger that Feng might face, warning her that more monsters will soon come after him. Su Jiyuer responds by saying those monsters are weak and selfish, only interested in stealing energy from humans. Ziba then brings up something from her past that makes her angry. She attacks him, but Ziba dodges and walks away without fighting. Meanwhile, the manager continues his talk with Feng. He explains that a crime recently took place in one of the inn's rooms. He is worried it might happen again and is afraid the inn might shut down because of it. That's why he wants Su Jiuer's help to find the monster behind the crime. Feng doesn't know if Su Jiuer will accept the request, but after getting paid in advance, he agrees to try. While they are outside, the manager suddenly feels sick and decides to go home. Feng has no idea that Guosuang is still secretly following him. The next day, Feng meets Su Jiuer and tells her about the manager's request, but she quickly refuses. No matter how much Feng begs, she doesn't change her mind. She says it has nothing to do with her and tells Feng to ask the Taoist clan or Guosuang instead. When Feng returns to his room, he notices food on his bed and realizes Guosuang is there. He tells her to come out, and she steps out from inside the cabinet. Feng asks for her help. Since Guosuang already overheard everything that Feng and the manager discussed, she understands the situation and agrees to help. However, she senses a strange energy from the monster involved, so she says they must be careful and plan well. That afternoon, Feng and Guosuang go straight to the inn to start their investigation. But at the same time, the monster inside the inn also becomes aware of their presence. When they arrive at the building, the manager comes out to meet them, and Feng introduces Guosuang to him. While Guosuang begins checking the place, Feng waits inside one of the rooms. After some time, Guosuang finishes her inspection and shows Feng the plan she has prepared. She wastes no time and starts the steps needed to lure out the monster they are hunting. Guosuang takes out a magical bottle that holds strong spirit energy. From it, a female spirit appears, created to attract the monster. Not long after, Guosuang senses movement. She knows the monster is coming. Without warning, she throws Feng out the window to keep him safe and activates the device she secretly placed on his back, allowing him to land on the ground without getting hurt. As soon as the monster enters the room, it attacks Guosuang. Luckily, she blocks the strike just in time. She then uses one of her special techniques, forcing the monster to step back. Without waiting, she quickly follows up with another powerful move to blast it away. Sadly, Guosuang's attack is not enough to stop the monster, and they begin fighting again. They trade several powerful moves until the monster accidentally steps on a trap Guosuang had already prepared. As he tries to get up, she quickly attacks again and ties him down. At that moment, the monster remembers fighting a woman in the past who looks just like Guosuang. He begins to think she is the same person. Then, the monster suddenly leaves the body of the inn manager, and only then does Guosuang realize that the real form of the enemy is a wolf demon. After taking hit after hit from the demon, Guosuang decides to destroy the whole room. While she tries to escape, the entire surroundings suddenly change. She almost gets caught and eaten, but she dodges just in time. As she keeps running, she finds herself trapped by many doors, all under the demon's control. To escape, she sets off a powerful explosion. This worries Feng, since the original plan was to destroy just one room, not the entire place. Feng tries to rush inside, but the inn's caretaker holds him back. Meanwhile, the demon captures Guosuang again. As the demon gets close to her, Guosuang activates a hidden explosive she brought with her. This gives her a chance to escape, and she quickly runs toward the building's main door. At the same time, Feng breaks free from the caretaker and hurries toward the entrance. He sees Guosuang running for the door, but just as she is about to open it, the demon catches up and pulls her back inside. It looks exactly like the moment earlier when she was being dragged away. However, the demon doesn't know that while Guosuang was searching for a way out, she secretly placed explosives all around the building. She now activates them all at once. The explosion is massive. Even Feng, who is just outside, is hit by the shockwave and falls unconscious. After some time, Feng starts to see memories from his past life. In that life, his name is Junbang, and he has a close friend named Guo, who looks just like Guosuang. Both of them are members of the Taoist clan, and they are also joined by Su Jiur, who helps train Junbang in different spiritual techniques. One day, the leaders of several powerful clans gather for an important meeting. Junbang's and Guo's masters attend this meeting to talk about the terrible acts done by the Yinshan demons in a nearby village. The elder encourages everyone to work together to defeat the demons and bring peace back to the land. All the clan leaders agree to join forces. After the meeting, Junbang learns from his master that they will begin hunting the demons soon. Excited, he rushes to Guo and challenges her to a contest to see who can defeat more demons. At the same time, Su Jiur advises the peaceful demons to stay far away so they don't get caught in the battle. The wolf demon notices Su Jiur's kindness toward the harmless demons and starts a conversation with her. Then, the big battle between the humans and demons begins. During the fight, Guo's master later tells Junbang that Guo has won their contest. Junbang explains that the only reason he lost was because he got injured while protecting Guo from a surprise attack by the demons. After the demons are defeated, the wolf demon speaks with his leader and begs for another chance. His leader agrees but gives him one final task. This time, the wolf demon must kill the leader of the human alliance, Shaolin Shifangjian. If he fails again, he will never be allowed to return to their world. One day, while Junbang and Guo are spending time together, they suddenly hear someone scream. They rush toward the sound and find a man who has already been badly beaten. Just as the man is about to warn them, the wolf demon suddenly appears and attacks him from behind. Guo quickly pulls Junbang away to avoid the danger. They soon learn that the wolf demon is looking for the elder. Guo decides she will try to stop the demon herself while Junbang goes back to inform his master. But Junbang disagrees with her idea, and they begin to argue. Before they can decide what to do, the wolf demon strikes again and fights them both. Even though they try to resist, the demon is too strong and defeats them. Then, he grabs Guo and uses her as a hostage to force Junbang to take him to the elder. Junbang quietly signals Guo to trust him, and then leads the demon to a cave, telling him the elder is inside. They go deep into the cave until they reach a door. Just before opening it, Junbang closes his eyes and says nothing. Guo understands what he is planning, so she also closes her eyes and stays silent. When Junbang finally opens the door, a strong light shines out and blinds the wolf demon. Guo takes the chance and pushes the demon toward Junbang. Junbang quickly throws him out of the cave door, where there is a steep cliff on the other side. The place they are standing in is the same spot Junbang and Guo discovered when they were kids. It also holds special memories for them, as it's where Junbang often asked Guo to marry him. But before they can even think about the past, the wolf demon climbs back up the cliff. Just as he is about to attack, Guo moves first and knocks him back down. Feeling weak, Guo sits down to rest. But only a few seconds later, the ground under her suddenly cracks. At that moment, Su Jiur senses something has gone wrong. As Guo begins to fall, Junbang reaches out and grabs her hand. Guo, feeling sorry for Junbang and wanting to save him, chooses to let go so he won't get pulled down with her. She wants him to live. Junbang, filled with pain and no longer wishing to go on, tries to fall with her. But Su Jiur arrives just in time and saves him. He begs Su Jiur to rescue Guo too, holding on to the hope that she is still alive. Su Jiur quickly goes to search for her. When she finds Guo, she sees how serious her injuries are and realizes how badly hurt she is. After helping Guo, Su Jiur then goes looking for the wolf demon. Once she confirms that he was the one who attacked Junbang and Guo, she takes revenge on him. A few days later, Junbang hears that Guo has finally woken up, so he heads out to see her. But before he reaches her home, Su Jiur stops him and speaks with him. She explains the truth about Guo's condition. Even though Su Jiur saved Guo's life using a powerful magic pill, part of Guo's soul is still missing. Because of this, her emotions and memories are affected. She might not remember Junbang anymore, and she may not feel the same happiness or other normal feelings. Hearing this, Junbang feels responsible for what happened to Guo. Su Jiwoo tells him that this kind of tragedy has always been part of his fate. In every lifetime, he is meant to face suffering. When Junbang finally arrives at Guo's house, he doesn't tell her who he really is. Instead, he pretends to be a stranger who just wants to meet the hero who defeated the wolf demon. 3 months later, Junbang finds out that Guo is planning to leave the village. He follows her and learns that she wants to travel to recover her lost memories. Years pass, and Junbang takes a new name, Senfeng, and creates the Wuding sect. Guo later establishes the Ma sect. From that point on, they never see each other again. Right after this memory ends, Feng wakes up from unconsciousness. He quickly asks the inn caretaker how long he has been out. Remembering everything from his past life, he realizes he doesn't want the same fate to repeat. Without hesitation, he stabs his own chest to unlock his hidden power again. As soon as his energy is released, both Su Jiwoo and Ziba sense it right away. Feng rushes to the building to save Guosuang. Her protective barrier is getting weaker under the wolf demon's strong attack. Once inside, Feng uses an old technique to locate her quickly. He follows her energy and reaches her just as the barrier finally breaks. Before the demon's power can overwhelm her, Feng pulls Guosuang to safety. The wolf demon tries to attack again, but it has no effect on Feng. Feng fights back, pushing the demon away and giving them the chance to escape. The wolf demon, desperate to survive, tries to take over the manager's body once more. But this time, the manager is furious about the destruction of his inn and fights back. He does not allow the demon to fully control him. The wolf demon struggles and eventually forces the manager's spirit out to gain full control. Soon after, Su Jiwoo arrives and wastes no time. She attacks the wolf demon without hesitation. Meanwhile, Feng carries the injured Guosuang and tries to get her to the hospital. On the way, they run into Su Jiwoo, but as they get closer, Guosuang suddenly faints again. Feng becomes deeply worried because of the serious injuries she has suffered. Feng pleads with Su Jiwoo to save her, just like he did once before. Su Jiwoo remembers that moment and how she hit him back then. Suddenly, Ziba and Yan arrive. Su Jiwoo tells them to take Guosuang with them for help. Once they leave, Feng loses consciousness from exhaustion and stress. When Feng wakes up, he finds himself lying by the roadside with Su Jiwoo beside him. After a while, the heavy rain stops and the sun begins to rise. They both decide to return to the dorm together. As they walk, Feng says he remembers everything from before. Su Jiwoo then asks him which of his past lives he remembers, and this is when Feng learns the truth, that he has lived through many different lives already. Elsewhere, Ziba gives Yan a new task, to assist Guosuang in her mission. But because Feng has used his hidden power again, another mysterious group has now discovered his existence and started searching for him. Feng gets a high fever after being caught in the rain the night before. A little later, Su Jiwoo comes to visit him and brings a special medicine called the Dragon Tear to help lower his fever. Feng wants to ask her many questions, but he feels too weak to talk much. Su Jiwoo is not alone. She is with a woman named Yuan, who is the one that gave her the dragon tear. Su Jiwoo quietly tells Yuan that she is worried because it's becoming harder to keep Feng's true identity a secret. Meanwhile, Yan gives instructions to a student to announce Feng's bravery to the entire school. The announcement says that Feng helped stop a fire at an inn and saved a girl, which earns him a reward. When Feng hears the news, he suddenly wakes up. At that moment, he realizes his fever is completely gone. At the same time, Yan talks to an old man who works with the parcel deliveries. That man turns out to be the school principal, who knows Ziba. They also have a discussion about Feng. Later, Feng walks with his friends to a diner to treat them using the reward he received. On the way, they run into Guosuang. She begs Feng to come with her because she wants him to meet her senior. They head to the student council office together. When they step inside, they come face to face with Yan. It's only then that Feng learns Yan is actually the president of the student council. One day, while Feng and Su Jiwoo are spending time together, they meet Guosuang on the road. She tells Feng that Yan wants to meet him. Feng remembers Yan is the man Guosuang introduced to him earlier, so he asks what Yan wants. Guosuang says it is related to Feng's training. They go to the student council office where Yan tells Feng that he believes Feng might be the one who holds the Eye of Yang. Feng becomes curious and asks what it means. Using some water that Yan spills on the floor, he shows Feng what is happening with him. Yan explains that when Feng used his power 2 times, it was enough to reveal his identity, and now many Yaeguai might start chasing him. Yan says that the Taoist sect has 2 goals. The first is to protect Feng, which is Guosuang's job. The second is to train Feng in using magic, and that is Yan's responsibility. Feng needs to learn how to defend himself. Yan then sends Guosuang to a place called Ziba so she can rest and recover fully. After she leaves the room, Yan gives Feng a reward. It is a meal card from Mr. Fat's restaurant, worth the same as his first reward. Feng feels sad because he already spent all his money treating his friends. That is when he learns the Taoist sect was behind the fire incident and was helping make him a hero. Yan takes Feng to another place which belongs to the Taoist sect. The area is protected by a barrier, so no Yaoguai can enter. Yan shows Feng a magic skill called magic refinement. Using just a small leaf, Yan cuts a piece of wood with it. He tells Feng that he must learn magic refinement before using any magical weapons. Yan gives more details, but Feng does not understand much. While Feng is trying to understand the new skill, Su Jiwer secretly enters the area. Feng is shocked to see her since she is a Yaoguai and should not be able to enter. Su Jiwer tells him that she is not a normal Yaoguai. She sees Feng practicing with the leaf and tries it herself. She does it easily and tells Feng that she can teach him the skill. Feng agrees right away. Su Jiwer holds Feng's hand and guides him. Feng feels a strange energy flowing from her palm into his body. The energy spreads inside him, and he feels it gather in one place. After this, Feng feels more confident and tries the magic again. This time, he succeeds, but the leaf bursts because he cannot control his strength. Now Feng knows he must learn how to use his power properly. Before Su Jiwer leaves, he tells her he wants to buy her a meal to thank her for helping him. At the same time, Guosuang stays nearby and hears everything that Feng and Su Jiwer talk about. Feng keeps practicing magic refinement, but he still cannot control his strength. Each time, the leaf explodes. Feeling annoyed, he accidentally uses all the energy on the grass, which causes everything around him to blow up. Yan watches from a distance and suddenly senses Su Jiwer in his room. Su Jiwer disagrees with Yan's method of teaching Feng. She thinks it is too early to teach him magic refinement since they have not even finished testing if Feng truly has the Eye of Yang. Yan explains that this kind of magic is something only someone with the Eye of Yang can learn, and if Feng really has it, it's the right thing to start with. But Su Jiwer gets upset and says she doesn't care about the Eye of Yang. She just wants Feng to be happy. Later in the day, Feng still cannot master the skill. On his way back home, he calls Su Jiwer and asks her to have dinner with him. While heading to the restaurant, he notices a strange green wave above Mr. Fat's place. When they meet, he tells Su Jiwer about it. She explains that it is a type of magic called a decaying field. It makes food rot inside while looking fresh outside. When it activates, it can spoil things slowly. Feng worries their food will go bad, but Su Jiwer tells him it will take some days before the magic shows any real effect. As they wait for their food, they recognize the waiter. He used to be the caretaker. He blames Feng for losing his job. Feng also sees a deer standing next to the man and realizes this is the restaurant manager in his real form. The next morning, Guosuang brings breakfast for Feng. His roommates leave the room to give them space. She finds out that Feng is going to meet Yan later, so she decides to go along with him after school. Around lunchtime, Feng's friends choose to eat at a different place because they don't like the food at Mr. Fat's restaurant. But Feng only has a meal card for that restaurant, so he eats there again. This time, he experiences how bad the food tastes. After the meal, Feng and the others meet Yan. Feng sees many green decaying fields in the area. Guosuang realizes that Feng can see them without using special glasses. Yan says this is due to Feng's training. To solve the problem, they need to use a special kind of magic field called a purification field. They also plan to place arcane marks in all 4 corners of the school. They want to start this work on the second day, and to test Feng's skills, they decide he should join the mission. Since they need one more person, Feng suggests adding Su Jiwer, and Yan agrees. When Feng returns to the dorm, he finds his roommates suffering from stomach pain because of the food they ate. He quickly goes to the school clinic to get medicine for them. There, he meets the school doctor, who turns out to be Yuan. She immediately recognizes him. The doctor gives Feng the medicine he needs, and before he leaves, she also makes him take something called a dragon tear to stop him from getting a stomachache. The next day, after practicing the refinement magic many times, Feng finally manages to do it properly without making the leaf explode. Later, he meets with the other 3 members to carefully plan how they will create the purification field. When the day of the mission arrives, they quickly find the 4 energy points needed to set up the field. However, the Yaoguai who created the decaying field senses that someone is trying to remove it. As the group starts setting up the purification field, Feng accidentally causes the talisman on his side to explode. Because of this, Guosuang tells Feng to use a special Taoist app created by their sect. The app has different talismans, including one called the Thunder God Talisman. Feng is surprised to see that he has to pay for it, but since they must complete the mission, he uses his savings to buy it. Just as he is about to make the payment, Su Jiwer and the others feel a strong presence getting closer. They realize that a Yaoguai is heading straight toward Feng. Su Jiwer quickly leaves her position and rushes to Feng. The Yaegui soon arrives and reveals itself as the same person who owns Mr. Fat's restaurant. After a few moments, his real form appears. It is a poisonous mushroom spirit. Feng finds out that this spirit is the one responsible for placing the decaying fields in several restaurants. That is also the reason why his friends got food poisoning after eating out. While trying to fight, Feng doesn't notice that he has selected more talismans in the app than needed. The Yaegui attacks, and although Feng blocks the move, the force sends him flying. The enemy then grabs Feng and tries to force him to eat the poisonous mushroom. But just in time, another man appears and stops the spirit from hurting him. The two men begin to fight, and the stranger quickly defeats the mushroom spirit by using a powerful item called the Thundercloud Pearl. After winning, he walks over to Feng and helps him stand up. When Su Jiyu arrives, the man quickly hides so she doesn't see him. They begin the purification process again. When Feng checks the app for the talisman he bought, he is shocked to see he had unknowingly purchased 99 of them. He tries to cancel the order, but the app doesn't allow it, so he decides to use all of them at once. This causes a huge explosion that destroys Mr. Fat's restaurant, which was right beside him. Luckily, the purification is a success. All the decaying fields around the food stalls and restaurants are cleared. Su Jiyu and Guosuang rush over to make sure Feng is okay. But just then, the mushroom spirit comes back to attack. Su Jiyu and Guosuang step in and protect Feng. Yan also arrives at the scene and tries to reason with the mushroom spirit. Because of this, they are able to stop the fight peacefully and end the problem. While walking home, Feng drops his phone by accident. The strong impact surprises him. Yan guesses that Feng might have used magic refinement on his phone by mistake. Just like what happened to the leaf before, the phone turns into ashes. Later, Yan visits Ziba and reports what he observed about Feng. Since Feng was able to use 99 talismans at once, Yan believes there's a 90% chance Feng really does have the Eye of Yang. Ziba tells him to keep watching Feng closely, especially since they have noticed signs that the Eye of Yang has been activated. One day, while having a meal together, Yan and Guosuang laugh when they see the new phone Feng has bought to replace the one that broke. Feng thanks Yan, thinking the Taoist sect has paid for the damage caused during the restaurant explosion. But then he is shocked to learn that the sect will only cover half the cost, and he will have to pay the rest himself. After Feng sees how much money he has to pay, he feels completely hopeless. The Taoist sect already expects this kind of reaction from him, so they prepare a new contract. This agreement is valid for the next 4 years, while Feng continues his studies at the university. Yan explains that Feng only needs to work as a part-time disciple for the sect and take part in the missions they assign to him. For each mission, he will earn a reward. Guosuang also tells him that the contract includes a fixed basic salary. According to the contract, 60% of his earnings will go toward paying for the damages, 30% will cover his training costs, and only 10% will be given to him. Soon after, they see on the news that their school is being demolished and moved to Kifa District University. Feng actually likes the idea of moving to that university, but both Guosuang and Yan feel it is a bad decision. It turns out that the person buying the land and handling the documents is a businessman who is actually a Yaegui, which explains why Yan and Guosuang react strongly to the news. One day, while Feng is walking by the road with his friend, he sees Su Jiyu and Yuan passing by. This is the first time Yuan formally introduces herself to Feng. Su Jiyu informs him that she will be away for 2 days and tells him to behave while she's gone. Before she leaves, Feng tells her about the offer from the Taoist sect and asks if it's okay. He remembers from his past life that Su Jiyu was the one who trained him, but she says she has no problem with it. In fact, she wants Feng to live the life he believes in. Later, when Feng returns to the dorm, his friend shows him an app called My Girlfriend. It features an AI girl who speaks in a very natural way, making her seem like a real person. Feng thinks about downloading the app too, but his current phone is no longer a smartphone, so he can't. Meanwhile, the man who helped Feng earlier, Lei Shen, is also using the same app. His disciple, an elderly man, tries to stop him because he knows the app is draining his energy. Lei Shen is already aware of this but doesn't take it seriously since he believes his life energy is strong enough. The woman inside the app is actually a kind of Yaegui too. Because so many people are using the app, she feels completely full of energy. After several hours of traveling, Su Jiyu and Yuan finally reach their destination, which is a cave. Yuan gives Su Jiyu a jade crystal that she can use to send a signal if anything goes wrong while she is inside. Yuan plans to stay in a nearby villa until Su Jiyu finishes her task. The next morning, Feng wakes up surprised to see Guosuang already in his room with breakfast ready for him. It turns out she is using this chance to stay by his side and protect him. His other friends are still at home, and Su Jiyu is away. One of Feng's friends, who is also in the room, pretends to be asleep because he feels awkward around them. Eventually, he has to get up because he needs to use the bathroom. After breakfast, Yan and Guosuang take Feng to the Taoist sect's headquarters for a medical checkup. Feng expects it to be in the mountains but is surprised when they arrive at a big building called Dawn Pharmaceutical. The first step is a blood test, followed by a CT scan, which Guosuang attends with him. The sect plans to analyze his blood to collect important data. The results show that Feng's spiritual energy level is extremely high, which makes Ziba very pleased. Soon, a woman arrives to share the full body scan results. It shows that Feng's energy center is sealed, and the energy inside is beyond what their machines can measure. Because of this, the woman confirms that Feng is indeed the one with the Eye of Yang. Soon after, the school principal contacts Ziba to inform him about a notice regarding the school's demolition. When they leave the building, Yan tells Feng there is still one more thing to do. This is a tradition for new members of the sect. Yan introduces Feng to the rest of the group. Then he and Guosuang quickly leave, saying they have something else to investigate. Right after that, the other members begin beating Feng as part of the sect's initiation. At the same time, Ziba and the school principal meet. Before discussing why Ziba is there, they talk about Feng's test results and agree that he has the Eye of Yang. Then they talk about the school demolition. The principal asks Ziba for a favor. If his own plan fails, he wants to join the bidding at Dawn Pharmaceutical. Ziba agrees without any problem. The principal also mentions that he wants to introduce a girl from his family to Ziba, hoping he would be interested. But Ziba makes an excuse and says he has something else to do. Later, after Feng washes his face, his friend shows up too, his face swollen from being beaten. It turns out he was punished for selling illegal discs. That night, as Feng prepares to sleep, he checks his phone and feels a little worried because Su Jier has not messaged him yet. He does not know that she is close to finishing her task inside the cave. Meanwhile, Yuan watches a sad drama to make herself cry. Her tears turn into dragon tears, which she sells based on their size. After the show, she sees a news report about the demolition of their school. The next day, Yan watches Feng continue his training. Feng quickly learns how to fight and starts using refinement magic with different weapons. Around noon, Yan pauses the training and gives Feng food that Guosuang had prepared earlier. She is away on a mission, so Yan takes care of delivering it. After giving Feng a short 20-minute break, Yan tells him that their training will continue and that he will personally teach him more. Elsewhere, Lei Shen's staff is worried because he keeps chatting non-stop with the Yaguai woman inside the My Girlfriend app. Lei Shen suddenly shares how he feels. As someone with the Eye of Yang, he becomes angry about how he always acts around women. Since he was young, he has struggled to talk to girls, but the woman in the app listens to him and treats him kindly. His disciples can't stop him now. Feeling frustrated, they want to face the Yaguai woman directly, but she doesn't have a real physical form. The old man among them comes up with an idea to enter her dimension. After the break, Feng's training continues. When he finds a chance to attack, he uses refinement magic on his weapon. But Yan easily avoids it. Yan explains to Feng that using only powerful attacks is risky because it weakens his defense. Still, he praises Feng's effort and progress. At the same time, the Yaguai woman wonders about Yan's strange behavior. He never talks through voice chat and only types messages. She doesn't focus too much on him because many other men are trying to talk to her. As she changes into her uniform, she starts thinking about what might be missing in her life and questions who she really is. Suddenly, she sees Lei Shen's disciples trying to enter her dimension. Once they arrive, she immediately asks how they managed to get in and if there's a way she could leave. The men accuse her of using her charms to control their master. One of them attacks her, but the hit does nothing because her body is still adjusting. She can't understand why they think she's doing something wrong. They tell her she is draining Lei Shen's energy, but she keeps saying it's not true. One of the men becomes frustrated and slaps her. While Feng and his friends are eating, they talk about Guosuang's current mission. They learn that she is investigating the My Girlfriend app because users are showing strange symptoms. Based on what they discover, there are two possible reasons for the problem: either a sudden drop in blood sugar or a loss of vital energy. However, the second reason seems more likely. Guosuang then asks Feng to try the app so he can experience what it's like talking to the woman in it. As soon as the woman greets him, the app suddenly goes into maintenance mode. This surprises Guosuang, and she begins to wonder what is going on, without realizing that, at that exact moment, someone is attacking the Yaguai woman inside her dimension. Even after the old man's attacks, nothing affects the Yaguai woman. He tries again, but still, it doesn't work. Then she suddenly creates a stage like she is about to perform. The old man's companion becomes amazed by her beauty, which starts to worry the old man. The woman then announces to all users of the app that she will hold an online concert the next day. Later, Feng returns to his dorm, planning to warn his friend about the app. But his friend already looks weak and drained of energy. Still, he is too excited about the upcoming concert, and Feng cannot stop him from using the app. The next morning, Guosuang brings breakfast to Feng's room. They find that his friend hasn't slept at all because he was waiting for the concert. Feng wants to talk to him, but Guosuang stops him. She warns that if the Yue woman sees him, things might get worse. She notices that a huge amount of vital energy has already been taken from Feng's friend. It is the first time she sees this kind of damage. She tells Feng to meet Yan at the student council office while she investigates further. When Feng explains everything to Yan, he guesses that the woman in the app has started to absorb more energy than before to grow her power faster. Yan wants to talk to her peacefully if possible, but he gives the mission to Feng. He also gives him a special smartphone to use. Yan warns Feng that if the situation becomes dangerous, or the Yue attacks, he should throw the phone far away. When Feng starts speaking to the woman in the app, he tells her straight away that he knows what she is doing. This makes her angry. She accuses him of working with the old man, which surprises Feng. Suddenly, she begins to absorb his energy. Yan quickly takes the phone from Feng, throws it, and destroys it. Right after that, Guosuang arrives and informs Yan that the number of people affected by the app has grown a lot since the previous night. Then old man appears with a teammate and shares their story. They had entered the Yue woman's dimension, but only the two of them managed to escape. They still don't know what happened to the other two members who went in with them. After hearing the whole story, Yan realizes that these men are the reason the Yue woman is angry. Now, it is no longer possible to solve things with peaceful words. They must prepare a damage report for their leader or send it directly to headquarters. It is during this time that Feng finally learns about the Eye of Yang. The old man and his companion are shocked to hear that Feng is the one who has it. Since Feng still doesn't fully understand what it means, Guosuang explains it to him. Yan then asks the old man how they entered the Yue woman's dimension. But after seeing how risky the method is, they decide not to try it again. Instead, they agree to think of a safer way to get in. Yan begins planning and asks Guosuang for the exact time of the online concert. After finishing her mission inside the cave, Su Jiyue sends a signal to Yuan to come pick her up. Before leaving, Su Jiyue shows her the result of the task she completed. Then they go to Su Jiyue's home to rest for a while. Once they arrive, Yun gives her the energy core of a small spirit who had died in an accident. She wants Su Jiyue to absorb it so she can regain the energy she lost. Later, they watch the news and see a report about several men being taken to the hospital because of extreme weakness. This worries Su Jiyue, so she decides to return to school right away to look into the matter. At the same time, Feng receives a call from his parents. They ask how he is doing since he hasn't messaged them in a while. Feng learns that they are planning to visit him, which makes him nervous because they will find out his smartphone is broken. The same phone they had bought for him. When Feng walks into his room, he sees his friends getting ready for the upcoming online concert. But he quickly leaves because he has to meet Yan and Guosuang to begin their mission. At the student council office, there is a big screen in the room. Yan tells Guosuang to stay behind and provide support from outside while the others go inside the dimension. Before they enter, Guosuang gives each of them a talisman. It will protect them from feeling pain for the next 2 hours. When the old man uses his powers on them, they don't feel anything at all. They successfully enter the dimension and are still able to communicate with Guosuang. When the Yue woman appears in front of the viewers, Guosuang quickly gives her exact location. Just as she is about to start her show, the connection between her and the outside world suddenly breaks. She is shocked to see herself trapped by talismans. Yan and the others reveal themselves and explain that they have cut off her link to the other world using a special technique. Soon, the 2 members of the old man's group who were left behind in the dimension show up. But they have now become fans of the Yue woman. Even though the old man is angry with them, he is still worried about their safety. He scolds them, then sends them back to the real world before their physical bodies are harmed. Suddenly, the Yue woman destroys the talismans around her and unleashes powerful energy. Meanwhile, Su Jiyue finds out from Ziba about the mission Feng is currently part of. She becomes anxious because she learns that Feng might not return for 6 hours, which could put him in serious danger. She quickly calls Guosuang to ask where they are. Guosuang reassures her that Feng is safe and that he knows what he's doing. She promises they won't let anything bad happen to him, so Su Jiyue feels a little more at ease. While Feng and Yan remain inside the other dimension, they suddenly face 4 of the Yue woman's disciples. All 4 attack at once, and both Feng and Yan struggle to defend themselves. At the same time, the Yue woman begins working to reconnect with her viewers. Guosuang quickly alerts Yan that the Yue is trying to switch the server. Yan tells her to stop it, but she is unable to do so in time. Once the connection with the audience is restored, the opponents fighting Feng and Yan disappear. The Yue woman gains a large amount of energy from the support she receives. One of Lei Shen's disciples finds him lying unconscious and immediately reports it to the old man, who has just woken up their 2 missing teammates. They also discover that many more men have recently collapsed, and even Guosuang is shocked by how serious the situation has become. The old man goes to meet Guosuang and tells her about Lei Shen's current state. She asks him if he can still open a path to bring Feng and Yan out of the dimension. He says that he can, but the portal will only be strong enough to bring one person out. Inside the dimension, Yan releases his magical weapon, the Shenyuan sword, and attacks the Yaoguai woman. However, she easily blocks it. As she prepares to strike back, Yan launches another attack. They begin to battle while Feng watches. During the fight, Guosuang calls Yan to update him about Lei Shen, and the old man repeats that only one person can be brought out. After thinking it over, Yan chooses to save Feng and tells him about the decision. Then he sends his farewell to Guosuang, ready to face the danger alone. Guosuang contacts Ziba and tells him what Yan plans to do. Ziba then sends a message to Yan, asking him not to rush and promising to find another solution. Later, Feng talks to Guosuang, and she tells him to go to the location she shares. Old man is preparing to open a portal so they can escape. Meanwhile, Yan and the spirit inside the phone continue their intense battle. Yan tries to calm her down, asking her to stop draining energy from her fans, warning that it could kill them. But she refuses to believe him, thinking her fans truly care about her. Yan then uses a strong attack that knocks her down. When she tries to fight back, he uses the divine power of Xinwu to stop her. He and Feng then run, knowing she will recover quickly due to the energy she absorbs. Yan is right, because in just a few minutes, she regains power again, and the result causes Feng's friends to lose consciousness. As they get closer to the location Guosuang had shared, Yan's magical sword returns to him. Old man starts opening the portal, and as soon as it appears, Feng runs toward it. When old man grabs hold of him, Feng finally understands Yan's real plan: to stay behind and fight the Yaoguai woman alone. Not wanting Yan to sacrifice himself, Feng breaks free from old man's hold and goes back to help. Old man loses consciousness from using too much of his energy. Guosuang quickly calls Ziba and updates him about everything that just happened. Ziba begins searching for someone with the same powers as old man. As Guosuang tries to help restore old man's energy, Su Jiyu arrives. She runs to Feng, and when she sees how badly hurt he is, she becomes furious at Guosuang and blames the entire Taoist sect for letting it happen. Yuan arrives and tells everyone that they can help Yan and Feng stay longer in the other dimension by using dragon tears. So, they give the dragon tears to both of them to swallow. With Yan now using all his strength, the Yaoguai woman begins to struggle in the fight. As Feng moves closer to where the battle is happening, he feels his powers activate. Just when Yan is about to strike the Yaoguai woman with a final attack, Feng jumps in and blocks it. Yan is shocked and immediately scolds Feng for stopping him. Feng then pleads with Yan to let him try talking to the Yaoguai woman first. Yan agrees and hands over the earphone to Feng. Feng walks toward her and begins explaining where her energy really comes from, and how it harms the people who support her. She still refuses to believe what he says. So, Feng asks Guosuang to help by showing the true condition of the victims affected by her power. Then, Feng gives the Yaoguai woman the earphone, and for the first time, she sees the people who have fallen unconscious because of her. After realizing how much energy she has taken from her followers, the Yaoguai woman becomes very upset. At that moment, she finally stops draining energy from the people using her app. But now, a new problem appears. They need to find a way to return to the real world. Luckily, the Yaoguai woman still has the power to return the stolen energy to those she took it from. So, they decide to first give Lei Shen back his energy, since he is the only one who can open the portal to bring them home. After helping Lei Shen, she restores the energy of the other victims too. Once that is done, she changes her outfit and prepares to perform one last concert. Feng wants to stop her because she is already too weak, but Yan tells him to let her go through with it. Yan knows that she doesn't have much time left, and this is her final moment to do what she loves before she completely fades away. Ziba takes Lei Shen and heads to the place where Feng and Yan are. While on the way, Lei Shen watches the Yaoguai girl's final performance. After singing for a few minutes, she gives a last message to her fans. When Lei Shen reaches the student council office, he quickly gives old man the energy he needs. At the same time, the Yaoguai girl begins to fade away, and the dimension around them starts breaking apart. The Yaoguai girl realizes she is about to be crushed by the collapsing space, but Feng manages to rescue her just in time. Yan creates a protective shield using his magical weapon. Lei Shen begins opening the portal, and when he enters, he is shocked to see the entire dimension falling apart. Yan grabs Feng, trying to pull him out, but Feng refuses to leave the Yaoguai girl behind. When Yan and Lei Shen come face to face, Lei Shen finally sees the weak Yaoguai girl and becomes angry. As Yan tries to explain everything, a sudden lightning strike hits them. The lightning throws Lei Shen out of the dimension, back to the real world. Yan is also able to escape, but Feng is left behind. Feng stays with the Yaoguai girl and encourages her not to give up. He tells her to hold on and wait until they are rescued. Just as she tries to take Feng's hand, her body disappears. When Yan wakes up, he immediately rushes to save Feng. He returns to the dimension, but the Aegui girl is gone. He finds Feng, grabs his hand, and pulls him back to the real world. As Feng returns to his body, Su Jiwa runs to him and hugs him tightly, filled with relief. A short time later, Lei Shen also comes back and confirms that the Aegui girl has completely vanished. Feng notices something glowing in his hand. It is the soul or source code of the Aegui girl. Su Jiwa then gets an idea and asks if Feng still doesn't have a smartphone. She shows him what Yun gave her and begins explaining her plan. Su Jiwa comes up with a plan to bring the Aegui girl back into a real, physical form. She says only a small amount of energy is needed, and Lei Shen quickly offers to help. Su Jiwa pours the special bottle's contents into the glowing source code. Feng then puts it inside his phone, and Lei Shen gives it some of his energy. Suddenly, the phone bursts, and right in front of them appears the human form of the Aegui girl. Since she has no clothes, Guosuang quickly covers her. Su Jiwa is confused and asks why a girl came out instead of a phone. Guosuang explains that this is because the girl came from the My Girlfriend app. Hearing this, Su Jiwa feels regret and wants to take the energy core back. But the Aegui girl realizes Su Jiwa gave her that energy, so she starts calling Su Jiwa her mother. Yan also tells her that Feng saved her soul and used his phone to give her a new body. The girl then remembers Feng from the other world and happily hugs him, calling him her father. But Feng corrects her, and she agrees to call him master instead. Lei Shen sees this and starts feeling jealous. She notices Lei Shen next and remembers he was the first person who downloaded her app. But when she tries to touch him, Lei Shen pulls away. She becomes sad, thinking he is upset with her for taking his energy. Crying, she hugs Feng again, and Feng can't help but smile. Lei Shen gets so jealous that he storms out. Before leaving, Yuan asks Yan how much the Taoist sect will pay for the dragon tears they used. Yan then informs Guosuang about the damage to school property, which Lei Shen and the sect will cover. After that, he also leaves. Now Feng is left alone with 3 women. As he gets ready to leave, the Aegui girl says she wants to go with him. Guosuang suggests that the girl transform into a smartphone so she can be more useful to Feng. The girl agrees right away and asks Feng what phone model he likes. Before changing, she begs Feng to give her a name. Feng thinks for a moment and names her Lingyi. After that, she transforms into a smartphone. Back in the dorm, Feng finds his friends crying because they lost their favorite virtual idol. While Feng texts Guosuang, Lingyi suddenly appears. His friends hear her voice, but think it's just their imagination. That's it for today, my fellow men of culture. Like and subscribe to the channel for more plot-filled recaps.